Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel again. It's time for a monthly update, so we're going to go through the Tale of a Gamer monthly update. I've got some freshly painted models for you, including a bonus model that I've been painting as well. I've got a couple of side projects on top of the models I have for Tale of a Gamer. So obviously I'm doing the Black Templars, Primaris and the Adeptus Mechanicus for and Scutari for that matter for the Tale of the Gamer, but I do have my Horus Heresy Salamanders on the go as well at the same time. I also have a very small Age of Sigmar army, Stormcast Eternals, and I also have little touch-ups I'm doing to my Grey Knights, Iron Warriors and Necrons, which if you've seen the battle reports have already been seen on the channel, so you know what they generally look like, but occasionally I'll get new models for them. Like I'm looking at getting some new Obliterators now, as they're even better in 8th. Get another unit of them and paint them up, so I will occasionally throw them in on the way. Starting off, actually, before we go with the models, I want to start with a big thank you to all those that have been viewing the channel and subscribing. We've just hit the 50 mark for subscribers just as I made this video. I'm massively happy and a little humbled, actually. I know it's only 50 subscribers. I know there's people out there who do Warhammer channels and they've got 50,000 subscribers. Obviously some of the people I subscribe to, but even so, the channel's been going about 6 weeks, and so I'm still, really happy with that. I'm really pleased, and like I said, I just want to say thank you, and thank you for all the really kind comments. They've all been really positive, really encouraging, and when there has been criticism, it's always been constructive, which is really helpful. I have no problem if you guys want to message after a battle report or a video and say, oh, I think you could do this better, as long as it's constructive and saying this is how you could do it better, but well done, or whatever. That's brilliant. I have absolutely no issue with that whatsoever, so please do that. But it's all just been so positive and so nice. It's just been brilliant. I really thought it would be not badly received, but when you do look at some of the channels out there, you do think, wow, is my stuff really anywhere near that? And there's some channels it's certainly not anywhere near yet, but hopefully we'll get there. But so yeah, I just want to say a huge thank you, really, if you're a subscriber and watching this, or if you're just viewing this. Thank you for that, and thank you for all your kind comments, and hopefully we'll keep it on going, onwards to triple figures. So I'll stop blabbering now, we'll get on to the models. So I wanted to do a Primaris set of models and a Adeptus Mechanicus, as I have in previous months. So the unit I chose for my Primaris today is another unit from the Dark Imperium box. So I've chosen the Howl Blasters. I did, if you've seen part 1 where I laid out the plans, and then part 2 where I did my first sort of painted squads, I did Primaris Marines and a unit of Scutari, just sort of basic stuff to start off with. So I've sort of upped the game by 1%, doing the Howl Blasters, same sort of size unit as the Intercessors, and same sort of size model Synchar scheme, but they've got the plasma guns, which are really fun to paint. I really enjoy painting plasma for whatever reason. I think it's really rewarding, it looks really cool. So I've done them as well. Just like previously, the big challenges are obviously the white, building it up from bone takes a while. Still not mastered it, it still looks a little bit more lumpy than I'd like, but we're getting there. And obviously edging the black armour. It looks really effective when it's done, but it is a pain in the ass, as I'm sure a lot of you know. So great to have them finished, really happy, but they are a bit of a grind. One thing I would like to point out now, which I'll probably end up pointing out in most of my Black Templar videos for now, is I've ordered some Grey Knight Terminator, because these guys are a bit bigger, Terminator kind of knightly heraldry badges, the ones they have on their shoulders and things like that. And also I'm going to order a load of purity seals as well, just because I know these are Black Templars, and although I don't want them to be quite as zealot as normal Black Templars, because these guys have only been around in the Crusade for 100 years, and not necessarily even these guys, some of these guys might be newer, so I don't feel like they're fully inducted into the Black Templar faith yet, but I still want them to have a bit more than they've got. We've got a couple of purity seals, like this one on the Sergeant's gun, so that's something that comes with the actual models. And then we've got some chain that I've added, which I think looks quite effective on these two guys. So you've got one with it on his gun and one with it on his waist. I think it looks pretty cool. Like I say, it just makes them perhaps a bit more Black Templary, if that's a thing. So I think it does work, but like I say, the purity seals and those kind of nightly badges I think will really add something when they go on. So I'm going to add them randomly, just when I get those shipments and I get them painted up. I'll start throwing them onto the models, and then you'll see them when the army's complete. But obviously when I start putting them to units I haven't finished yet, you'll obviously see them when I do them. I'm really happy with the way the plasmas come out. I don't know how well you can see on the screen, hopefully quite well. Really happy with that. Doing a lot of plasma for the Adeptus Mechanicus as well with their plasma calibers, which are obviously a very good weapon. So really happy with the way that's come out just for now. So yeah, so that's the Hell Blasters. Really happy with them. I'm going to do something a bit different for the next video for the Primaris. I appreciate I've done 2 5-man squads. So I'm looking at either characters, which I think would be quite cool. Kind of introduce them to the like the leaders, or potentially something bigger. I won't go into detail on that because there is one thing that I really want to paint and I really want to finish, and I think it'll look awesome, but I don't want to give too much away, so we'll leave that for now. So that's the Hell Blasters. Like I say, really happy with them. Happy with the basing as well, using those GW city bases that they have. So onto the Adeptus Mechanicus. I have got something a bit more special for them this month. I got the model and I couldn't not paint it straight away. It's such an immense model, and I will say, although I am really proud of the paint job, I was saying to some friends I've already shown it to, the model's so good that it makes your paint job look so much better than it is. It's not taking anything away, like I say, I am proud of it, but I just think the model makes it look so much better. So the model in question is Belisarius Cawl. Sort of merge him into screen here. So I'm sure a lot of you have may even have the model or have seen it around. It's an incredible model. There's so much detail on it. It's mental. It really is just mental. I had loads of fun painting it. There's so many different colours to involve. I mean, you don't have to, but I've gone kind of crazy with the colours because I wanted him to make him look technological and different, but also kind of a bit crazy. Like there's like loads of blinking lights going off everywhere, and they all mean different things. And so, you know, used blue and green and yellow quite a lot, and a bit of red. And then obviously a bit of gold because it's imperial to be gold, but also it's obviously trying to show off his station. He is very important. So yeah, and obviously he's awesome in the game as well. I have a plan to put him with some Castellan robots. Shouldn't have really said that probably because I've just given away that you're going to see Castellan robots at some point, but there you go. I do love them, so they will be in the army, and put them with him. And he gives them rerolls to hit. I mean, it does bubble, so obviously other units potentially, but mainly them rerolling to hit with their guns I think will be pretty deadly. So really encouraged by that idea. So I'll just pick him up off his base so you can perhaps see him a little closer. So yeah, had an immense amount of fun painting him. Really enjoyed it. I've left the base very basic just because I couldn't find anything that I really wanted to put on the base. It always looked a little insignificant and a bit rubbish next to him and would kind of ruin the effect, which I'm really pleased with. Or it was the opposite, it kind of detracted from him or made the base look really crowded. So if you've got any suggestions of stuff I could put on the base, obviously on quite a lot of the bases I have for the Mechanicus there's quite a lot of Tyranids, because I'm kind of theming them as fighting Tyranids. So I did think about putting, you know, maybe a Tyranid on the base, like a specimen that he's maybe looking at. He is a scientist after all. But yeah, so that's Belisarius Cawl. Like I said, I'm very, very happy with him. One of the best paint jobs I've probably ever done. But as I said, I think the model, with the amount of detail there is, especially like on the robe, these little rips, all you have to do is just do a little layer of highlight around them, and all of a sudden they look like a really detailed robe. And all you've actually done is popped one little lighter paint ring around it. And that's it. You know, there isn't like 3 layers of highlighting and using glazes and all this to get that bit done, but it looks really detailed. So yeah, really happy with him. So that's the Adeptus Mechanicus unit for this month. Really happy with him. And finally, I was going to do a bonus model, partly because I painted it this month, and like I said, I'm working on other projects, and I don't mind sharing that into this. They're just not the main part of it. But also, kind of because we've hit 50 subscribers, I thought, well, let's have a bit of fun and do a different model. So this model I've actually had for probably, I don't actually know how many years, probably like 4 or 5 years. It's one of those, I'm not generally one of those kind of people, if I'm not using anything or I don't build it or whatever, I usually sell it, or I paint it, within a few months of me getting it. Don't get me wrong, that doesn't mean I haven't got loads of stuff unpainted. I have lots of stuff unpainted, but I usually churn through. But this is one of those models that's kind of sat there for a long time. I think it's partly, I give it away over here, partly because I don't know a lot of people who play Heresy, and therefore I think because of that I haven't really had the inspiration and the motivation to paint it, so I've kind of hung off it a little bit. But so the model in question is Bioth Mantle. Again, an extremely cool model the Games Workshop do. Crazy amounts of detail on it for what is a basic dreadnought, but also for what is a model that came out quite a long time ago now. I mean, I've had it 4 or 5 years. It must have been out two years more than that, maybe. So it's not an old model, but it's certainly not a new one. But it's got some amazing detail on it, and it comes with this cool, I've made it lava, but I think it's supposed to be made into lava sort of base. Magnetized the arms as well, so they can come off just for ease of transport, which is quite cool. On the one arm, he's got some really cool heraldry. So on this one arm here, this sort of mural is him fighting Yumgal Gene Stealers when he was a Fire Drake, which is really cool. So you can probably just make it out, the kind of the gold Terminator fighting the Gene Stealer. So that's really funky. Obviously got a very cool banner as well, some sort of personal heraldry. He's also got, I don't know whether you can see, there's these tiny, these are Gene Stealer skulls on here as well, which is pretty cool. There's these tiny nozzles just on the side here, in between the arm and the main armour, and they're the fire projectors for when he's in combat, and he can basically fire flame out and burn everyone around him. It used to be, I think, instead of attacking, but I think he might be able to do both now. So yeah, really happy with that model. That's the first salamander I've shown on the channel as well, so you can get a general idea of my scheme for the salamanders as well, which is quite cool, so you know generally what they might look like. So that's him there. So yeah, really happy with him. Like I said, it was a long time coming painting him, so really happy that he's now done and dusted. And I have got a few salamanders painted. I may show some of them off on future videos. I've got the Primarch Vulcan, I've got a Contemptor, some Fire Drakes and some Pyroclasts, and I've got about 30 unpainted Marines and a couple of unpainted Rhinos. So there is some inspiration to get that done, because if I could find someone to play Heresy against, I'd have probably maybe 2,000 points with Vulcan, but obviously a bit of a small game for him, so realistically about 1,500 points. I've also got Vulcan Heston, who I use as a Praetor. So yeah, probably about 1,500 points. So it's it's a decent enough size army, just to have some games. So that might be something I look at doing in the future, hopefully. So yeah, and that's the end of the Tale of a Gamer video for this month. Not loads to report, just some hopefully cool models in your opinion to show off. And as I say, I hope you've enjoyed looking at them. I hope maybe they even inspire you to do some painting or gaming yourself, perhaps, which would be obviously awesome. I'd be really happy with that. Or it's just something to pass the time maybe when you are painting. Either way, as long as you're enjoying the channel, I'm happy. Please put likes on the videos if you're enjoying it. Please subscribe as well if you're not subscribed, just so I know you guys are enjoying it, build the community, and I can see you're enjoying the videos and I can keep bringing them out, hopefully bring out more. On that level, obviously we've got a Tale of a Gamer every month. We should be looking at a battle report at least once a month, hopefully, maybe starting to become more regular. I know John's coming back soon for another game, might be bringing his Primaris Space Wolves, which will be really funky, so it'd be really cool to play them. I know another friend Dan might be coming down soon. He's got a plethora of armies. He's got probably like 5 or 6 he can choose from. So that'll be really cool, and the more people we get on the channel, obviously the more variety for you guys. You see different armies, which would be nice for you to kind of enjoy that. Obviously looking at maybe getting a new board at some point. It might be a little while yet, unfortunately. Money's a bit tied up for various reasons, but hopefully maybe a second board, so again you get some variety in that way, but we will see what happens. But thanks for watching, guys. Like I say, please like and subscribe, please comment, let me know what you think of the models, let me know what you think of the channel and the video. Is there anything else I can include in these updates? Something else you want to know, like what I'm planning to paint next, or do you want me to leave that as a surprise? Because I usually leave that as a surprise till the next month, but Obviously that's up to you, so let me know in the comment section, and I will talk to you all soon.